Hello everyone and welcome to the Anti-Stall Racing IMSA series. Today we are at round 6 at Red Bull Ring. Only three rounds left if you count with this one before our season is wrapped up. With me I have Simon Davidson. Hello.
Hello, Paula. How are you doing today?
Yeah, today I'm back in the commentator booth, it seems. Yeah, a fantastic Austrian track. This isn't really used in real life for multi-class racing. I don't think even WEC went here, but it actually works really well because it's long straights and that's the best parts for the cars to overtake each other. Usually it's a lot driven here with GT3 cars, especially in, well, GT3 series. Yeah, DTM that goes around here as well. So at least single class cars can do it really well. It's a lot of fun. Mostly just a really fast track to go by, but very complex to go around fast on it.
It is one of my favorite tracks. It almost reminds me of like an intermediate oval for your NASCAR enjoyers in chat, where you've got a lot of ability to carry speed through the corners, a lot of straights where you can just make up so much time just by putting the foot down. But you have to nail the corners because there is so much time to be gained just by making sure you nail these exits. As we are now underway for GT3 qualifying, excuse me. I've already got classes wrong and it's been 1 minute. Not a good start for me. Either way. 17 GT3 is going to be taking the field tonight. And looks like we've got a few cars coming to the start finish already. So we should be getting underway very shortly.
Yeah, we see here two teammates of No Limit Sim Racing. We have Ferran Bailon and Enrique Maldar riding games together. But let's go for a little onboard lap. I can place it, there we go. First, they're already warming up the tires, of course, before they start their lap times. This, right here, you see this pit lane entry is on the right. It's a really complicated part to get into, and we will probably see some chaos there. Right, as we go on to the start finish straight, look at how steep uphill it goes, but you gotta use the left side curbs to slide them on the left. Cut here on the right side, be careful on the sausage curb on the left side. You can actually go a bit more on the left side there to ride the curb, especially on the GT3s. As you go another uphill at the end section, the tightest corner on this track, you can do it mostly on first gear with all the cars. Be careful on that sausage curb on right, then ride the bit on the left side here. Super tight that corner. Now we start to going downhill on the track. Very slightly here. To then go a bit downhill more here. Always use the left side curbs to then go on the right side. You have noticed though that these curbs here are pretty much flat, so you can really ride them. It's not like on tracks like Mugello, which we have the 3D curves. So I hope they change that, because usually you don't just use the track curbs as much as you are using here. Right, from left corner to another left corner, but this one is the longer one. So you go on to the right, be careful on hitting that sand pit. Sorry, gravel, this isn't golf. As we go now, again, it's always the same parts. It's stay on the left side and then cut it to the right. Stay on the left side, cut it to the right. There's only like two corners to the left, but all of them goes to the right side, and you use the left side of the curbs in the green patch to then cut it to the right. That's easy track if you think about it, but it's a lot harder to go through because you have the sausage curbs you need to take care of. And you also need to be careful on the acceleration, for example, on this tight hairpin that we see on the next corner. It's not an easy track because of that. It's not just go left, then right, left, then right.
Honestly, the main thing you have to worry about, in my opinion, is track limits. And yeah, we have these fairly flat curves, and you really want to take all of them. It is very easy to take a little bit too much speed through the corner, shoot yourself a little bit too wide, and get that lap invalidated on the 1X. Just something you got to be careful of, because you really want to maximize as you can, like every little bit of the track limits on this track, especially considering just how easy it is to just drive off. Because those curves are basically road surface in terms of acceleration. If the track is available to you, you want to use it. You need to be careful to not take a little too much.
For example, on this right side as well, you can easily get an off track there. I think usually some cars you can actually cut the curbs on the left side there to first corner. But yeah, with these ones, I think they're just keeping it somewhat tight.
Last corner especially is one you really want to maximise, because that is a huge straight you get dumped onto. You can carry so much speed if you get it, that car all the way on the inside, basically clip that sausage curve on it on the middle of the corner, and you send it all the way out, carry all the speed down the corner. Although it won't improve massively, I don't think there, but yeah, it's all about just carrying momentum through on that last corner especially. And then you just have the beautiful sight for the two straights coming up that make the first two segments of the lap, really.
For now, we have 129.6 is a provisional pole done by Carlos Boza. Gonna have to fight it with Giacomo Murgia here on the championship, which is right behind him as well in lap time.
Cars coming through. Felipis won't improve massively. Albanese is a little bit back. But yeah, it's one of these moments where you're not sure which way the track is going to go, so it's just anticipation of waiting to see how the laps come to. Tim Rahon's double green has backed out of it though, so never mind. Presumably just came down the pit lane on a flying lap, presumably invalidated it. Arshad sets a purple sector 3. That'll be good for third place. Just a quarter of a second off the leader though. Keldar with double greens has a chance to go up from 12th. Still about, needs to find like 3/10. Might have it there. Hasn't come through on the time to have some perhaps invalidated, unfortunately for them. Where is Boza? Coming through turn 7 now. That's what I want to see is, can that leader get more time into that advantage? Because if as a leader you can go like even faster, it can be really demoralising just seeing everyone else seeing on that timing tower, just that gap just crunch down where suddenly you're 3/10, 4/10, 5/10 behind pace. Boza sets the purple sector 3, it's a possibility, and in fact that is the perfect improvement for him. 29.5. Now Mejia 3/10 behind, needs to find a really good lap time to close that gap down, and it's currently stuck behind a few cars, I believe, based on that mini-map.
Come on, I need to change something on the cameras.
Fair enough.
There we go.
Perfect. You've saw the source code of iRacing there, folks. Don't worry about it.
I knew the camera was a bit too far away, so now it looks better.
Kevlar improves to P9 overall. Murgia comes in, gets close. That would have been provisional pole before Carlos Boza's previous lap, but unfortunately, Boza going with that flyer means he will remain on pole by a 10th. Has to put the car into the gravel this lap though, so won't be improving this time around. So Felipe is currently riding shotgun on the field. That lap, to me, indicates he kind of scuffed his previous lap, so we'll be looking to improve decently here. To go on board. See just how much curve he takes in that final corner. Nope, not quite enough for any reasonable improvement. He will go back to pit lane. About 5 minutes left in qualifying for the GT3s.
Ooh,
that is a car. That is not the line there for these 16 Samir Ashad. So that'll be a scuff lap. They'll have to go again next time by. So it looks like Some of the heat might be going away from the track. The speed even. People struggling to get lap times in, but sometimes it goes away, sometimes it comes back. Traffic can play a massive factor in that. If you just get balled up a little bit, you just get caught rubbernecking on someone's entry to the corner. You slightly mess up your own, it can really affect you through the track, but at the same time you do want that toe, which can give you those extra few tenths you need just to find that advantage.
It's true, the toe would really help these drivers if they can't get a toe. But not seeing that many teammates here on this race today to be helping each other out. Might be different on the GTPs.
You don't necessarily need a teammate though, you can just wait in the pits, wait for someone to go out and go, okay, I'm going to follow you through. And as long as you're not massively fast on them, you should be okay. Just make sure you have a little bit of a buffer before you start the lap, and then put your foot down and hope for the best.
One thing you might notice is on the map, track map there, you see a lot that sometimes you see those reds. That's when someone does an off track. Let's see, Marcel Real is just going off.
That's very off track.
Yeah, but you can see a lot of times there's just like a little flash of red. On this track it's really tough to get these cars outside of track limits. This is not an easy track.
More through. No, you just want to carry a little bit too much more than tyres allow. It just goes a little bit too deep, and oops, that's a 1x. Oops, that's your lap. It's made you flashing red a lot, so we'll see. I don't believe this lap is going to count, but nope, it doesn't look like it's counted, and that's going to remain P2 for him. So we'll be starting on the outside row in current standings. 2 minutes left in qualifying, just about. Keldar on a double green lap here, could improve further. Doesn't look like he has.
Off track.
Yeah, this is also where it gets really scary for off tracks, because obviously you're trying to push as hard as you can to try and get this lap time down. That's when the mistakes start to creep in, and again, they don't have to be massive mistakes. If that car goes beyond that white line, lap deleted. So see if anyone else can set a few improvements now. The 2-minute warning has been issued by race control, so.
Well, I have noticed though, is on this track it's pretty much balanced in terms of performance of the cars. You see an Audi first, you see a Lamborghini, then an Audi sure, but already a Ferrari in P4. Same as the World Atlantic, saw some Ferraris that being a bit higher. So we will see how it goes throughout the race, because it seems like it does improve on the Ferrari's strengths a bit. As you see Giacomo Righi trying to cross the line, he has a purple sector, yellow and a green. Is it enough for a pole position? It is not, it's not even allowed. That was an off track that he got into sub.
That's the sad one, when you get the really fast sec times, doesn't matter, it gets deleted anyway.
Sorry, less than a minute to go.
So that means he's gone out, Mergia. Yeah,
that's it, he cannot do anymore.
He's gonna try.
It seems like.
Well, I'm with you, I don't think he could get the car around in time, so that is unfortunately the session ended. He will remain in P2, Boza P1 for now, and I don't necessarily think we've seen the speed out of anyone else to really contest him. So unless someone puts out an absolute belter of a lap right now, plus Boza has to be feeling pretty comfortable in that P1. Who's not comfortable?
Look, these drivers, can he cross it? He crossed it right on time to do another lap. That was just on point. So that is Ferran Bailon and Carlos Boza. They have an opportunity to do another lap. Ooh, that was already a mistake there from Ferran Bailon. He already using speed from the car ahead. He was so close to get a slipstream from him. His Spanish compatriot.
Sometimes you just lose the brake marker in front of you, and then you see what happens. But still has a toe, still has a chance to improve.
Yeah, but he's already P3, so.
I mean, why not take P2? It's going to be hard, but they are the last two tracks driving here, Boza and Bailon.
And both of them are not improving. You can see on below how it's all yellow sections so far. You gotta be gentle on this corner when it goes downhill. You see Carlos already got an off track, so that's his qualifying done.
We'll probably stay in front to give the toe.
Seems
it's a
like
question of, is this going to be enough? And it's not looking likely, I have to say.
And he backs out.
One will pull down.
And they go into the pits.
Nope, they both call it.
And it's really good that they practice going to the pits because it's not a safe one.
No.
Alright, and that is the qualifying done for the GT fleet.
Just a thing like pit entry cuts right across the end. The racing line cuts right across pit entry, get it the right around. So it can be very ambiguous if you're trying to come in for the pits, or if you're on a car trying to enter the pits. Sometimes you just get a car swiping down on you from the left and just taking you out of the equation entirely. It's a very dangerous thing. Everyone needs to be aware through those last two corners, as sometimes people are going to get in your way and you just have to deal with that. But we move on to the second half of qualifying. The GTPs coming out. We have 20, I believe. And yep, here they come, formation flying out the pits as we speak. So what do you reckon the VOP is going to be today? Is it going to be Acura show once again?
Yeah, definitely, because Acura suppresses every other car on the fast corners.
And there are a lot of fast corners here.
It's, yeah, only one slow corner, and well, Acura doesn't even do that one badly either. Even though it has a little turbo lag, it's still gonna be better for the Acura on the fourth track. Let's see them all getting ready for it. We will go on to who's in first. Let's see who is first. It is one so about it.
Christian Glamster, I believe.
And it's one of, I think it's Alvaro Gutierrez. There we go.
No, there's a car in front of him.
There we go. So let's go on board, shall we? Already preparing himself on the last corner to get the most speed. Oh, there is the car ahead. It's too far away. Doesn't matter. So goes uphill, of course, goes to the left side here. Let's see how much curb he can use with this car on the left side before it starts. There we go. He uses enough. That's gonna be better for speed at the end of the straight. So he goes really late on the braking here. Look, another corner that he goes first gear. Yeah, but this is only corner that GTPs can do in first gear. Usually it's rare to find tracks that you need first gear on the GTPs. As he goes downhill on this one, let's see how much he can cut on the right side. There we go. He can cut a lot of it. That's how you should be doing it. As he now prepares himself on the right side to then cut it on the inside, but he doesn't touch the curbs on this one. Doesn't need to. So prepares himself again onto this one. Never touch the curbs on the inside, otherwise it will only make the car spin even. Because it's slippery, those curbs. Right, as he goes to the right, let's see how much he uses on the left side. Enough, actually, that is allowed without getting off track. As he crosses the line. Exactly the same time? No, it was Christian Glamster that didn't have a valid lap time, that's why. But it on the bottom, it said the same time, did you notice?
No, I didn't actually. I will say, there's one corner I think he messed up slightly, turn 6. You really want to get on the power in that corner, but because it's so long, it's very easy to get on the power a little bit too soon, send the car out a little bit wider than you want, and I think Christian had to get back off a little bit through that corner just to make sure he didn't send the car off. You really just have to be patient on getting back onto the throttle. As we got an incident under investigation already. Yeah, you just have to be so patient. It's really weird. It's one of the few corners you do need to be patient on. It's like that and turn 4 you see there. You really want to be on the power because, again, these long straights, but you need to back it down a little bit. That's a car off track.
qualifying to ruin both laps of his.
Because now he's going to have to sit there and wait for so long to be able to get back on track, because that's all the traffic in front of him. I'd just tow, mate.
No, because he already used his battery anyway, so he's not gonna have enough speed.
Yeah, so just reset. Times filtering in. Hugendorn was the provisional leader. Tom Dadswell. Oh, that is massive. Car 93. Sebastian van der Heuvel, pit lane start for blocking.
Perhaps you can see it.
Sebastian.
Was it here? No, this is just an incident similar to what happened to Carlos Ponce, actually. Yeah, it's
this
fun.
Oh, and that is just turning it a little bit too far off the track to get your tyres warmed up.
I should explain with the Acura though, even though it's better grip-wise on the fast corners, it's not fun to drive, nor is it really great feeling on the mid corners of it. Because it really likes to slide on the mid corner. So you have to be careful on the throttle inputs, otherwise the car will just spin. And that's what I noticed a lot of drivers doing it. Probably with a bit too much throttle and the car just starts sliding it because it doesn't grip even on fifth gear.
Wow, okay.
It's just complicated car to drive. It's a beast. I've noticed though, Matthijs hasn't put a lap yet. He's not gonna try and do a last to first challenge, so maybe this is finally his lap time to put in on the leaderboard.
Well, again, it's a case of sometimes you just get invalidations, but he's got space in front of him. He's got no one to worry about. But he does need to keep it in bounds.
Oh, that wasn't in bounds.
I don't think they can look at that one and say that was in bounds. He was going to take a tow.
Matthijs did tell me that this was his worst track. Well, I mean, his least favorite of it. So maybe it might be an advantage for some other cars to try and get a win. By Tom
Always
Dadswell.
Opportunity. That is Tom Dadswell. He's coming through turn 7. That's.
I was noticing
He's not stuck in
Sebastian,
the pits.
because Sebastian got that penalty, he will start from the pits. Tom Dadswell just quit his lap time either, so
1x.
we are not seeing the best of the lap times on this class so far. A lot of errors.
The problem is, I say again, it's the track that if you push just even a smidge too hard, you're going to get a 1x, so it's very easy to exceed the limit. And when you're trying to beat the guys like Wishton, like Van der Heuvel, like Dadswell, it's very easy to just slip up a little bit, dump 2 wheels off the track, and lap time deleted. You're stuck on your 118s if you're Albert Preem. A little bit side-by-side action in qualifying, you love to see it. I'll decides he'd like to be the behind car and make sure that he gets a draft going for presumably his flying lap next time by.
Houston Glamsetter was the first to be out on track and still hasn't put a lap time.
It's a hard day so far. Neil Zulman, also you see there on your screen, gets set lap time, as is Matthias Wishton, who has been one of the standouts of this league so far, so it's kind of surprising to see them not get a time in, but presumably they'll manage to get it through. Still 5.5 minutes left in the session. As Gutierrez will slide up into P2. But Dadswell and Hugendorn will be in front of him because Hugendorn's just put a belter of a lap actually. 0.2 clear of everybody else in a 1:17.0.
Let's see, this might be the lap for Matthias. He is currently 1000th for some reason.
That doesn't seem possible. However, given the lack of any other evidence, I have to accept it as truth. He will start probably one lap down physically, just trying to fit 1,000 cars in front of him. If he doesn't get a lap in here...
He did, finally!
And there we go. I suspect he might have backed that one down a little bit, make sure he got it through. But it's still good for P4, which is still a significant improvement for 1,000.
And he still needs to do his second lap time.
This is true. Still room to improve. They're getting those tyres up, because this is a fairly short lap around the Red Bull ring.
It is, yeah.
That's like not even 120. So you... Tyres still probably slightly coming up to temp as you hit turn 1 still, so yeah, if you get those tyres up into that super optimal window, you can definitely get a better second lap going.
I wonder what is the track temperature right now. 32 degrees. Usually Austria is a bit hotter, but it still will wear a lot on the tyres of these drivers. You will probably have to switch tyres every time you pit.
Any chance of a double stint on the first one is what I'm thinking.
Double stint?
I don't know. I don't know if you want to not just take fuel on the first stint, you know?
Yeah. We'll see.
I guess it depends what your fuel window is, because if you want to go long...
Look at how much he missed.
Oh my lord. So we were saying we had the duplicate lap times before. That has come through on my end as 17.082 and 17.083. It's 0.000, so we're going to 4 decimal places to try and split hairs between Danny Hugedorn and Matthias Wichton right now. That is insane.
It is super close.
Tom Manswell has been boosted off the front row unceremoniously. I would be surprised if he made that one back as a little bit of headlight abuse just to make sure you get through in time to get your flying lap sorted.
Okay, so then he is on a lap right now. Can this be it?
I'm hoping it isn't, just to keep this ridiculous timing tower alive, but...
It looked dodgy at the end, but I don't think he will. Yeah, 1 minute 30, so it wasn't even correct time. But he probably will do the lap now. So yeah, Sebastian did like, what, 1 lap or 2 at the start, and he's still the first place of the GTP AM drivers. Isn't that fantastic for him?
I mean, we've seen it consistently from him. He's been the stand-up to the Anfield. He's been fighting for podiums with the GTP Pro fields.
Yeah, he is very
fast. So it's not surprising to see him this far up in quality here. Unfortunately, again, we'll have to start from the pit lane tonight, but... yeah, Van der Hoover definitely is going to need to show some real pace to clear through the field here. 1:30 left in qualifying. There's a Foley currently scored as third coming through the line here. That'll be for his outlap. Priam and Rodek coming through. I don't believe that's improved for any of them. And where is CS Wichton is, I don't know if he's on an outlap or not, but he's currently coming, just riding around on track. We'll definitely at least get through before checking, so we'll have one more lap if he wants it. I don't see Danny Hugendorn, so he might be sat in the pit lane thinking, I don't think I can go any faster than that, I think I'm at my limit.
Matthias, he has a purple sector though.
He might be ruining that. Purple into double yellow, it's one of these scary ones that you don't really know which way it's going to fall. It's...
but he has time. Look, oh, that's an off-track. That is it. That is it for his qualifying. There is nothing he can do. He will have to start P2. Wait, did we see
I
okay,
could hear you that entire time.
so I think it's something on the connection.
Oh, iRacing is dying. Fantastic.
No, I think it's fine now. I think I am back
Well,
on
it's-
stream.
Rumours of
check?
iRacing's death have been greatly exaggerated.
Can you just check
But I
real quick
don't-
if I'm back on stream? Because I think it stopped and now it's back.
Let me actually open up the stream. Because I don't have the stream open because I have the feed I'm watching from, so I don't need the stream. I don't even.
I just
There
to
we
read
go.
the comments too as well. But that is it for the qualifying. I think we are done. So Danny Hugendorn does get a pole position for him. Like, congrats, he was really improving this whole season from start to finish. It was just getting better and better. So he definitely deserves his pole position.
But I will say, the margin of victory so small it cannot even be displayed. He is fighting for this P1 right now. Danny Hugendorn will lead them all to the green flag after the warm-up session. Wishton will be chasing from P2.
Charles Bowser gets a pole position. I'm not sure if it was another. I think he had the one previous session. Oh, right. Yeah, he did. So he's getting really good on track lately. Let's see. Right now on the results, I forgot it. So Carlos is leading by 150 sorry points over Giacomo Murghi, so he wants to keep this lead ahead of him. Samir Shad is leading on the GT3 AM by 200 points, so he's just being consistent. That's all it really matters. Meanwhile, we also have on GTP AM Sebastian van de Heuvel leading by 250 points. No, 160 points over Robin Dudamel. And now Sebastian has to start from the pit, so it's going to be a bit hard for him to get ahead of Robin, but he will try his best. And the GTP Pros, we have Alvaro Gutierrez in P2 behind Matthijs Wheaton by 250 points.
Alright everybody, as usual, just a quick reminder.
The biggest gap is really on the GTP Pros. It's expected. Matthijs just being really good.
Myself on Andy's difficult
Yeah.
sharing stewarding room. Just a reminder, as per usual, the pack does not go on green flag. That applies to GTP and GT3. You both go on your class leader. To note as well, just recommend to the GT3s remember to leave up to a 20-second gap. I would leave probably 20 seconds if I was you, or close to that. It will just help to minimise the risk of GTPs that go off on the first lap coming back on. It's a short lap there as well, so they're going to catch you pretty quickly anyway. Those extra few seconds aren't going to make that much of a difference, so it is worth leaving that gap if you can. And a reminder that Seb, car 93 has a pit lane start as well. Thank you everyone, have a good race.
Race control with the pre-race briefing. I'd just like to take this moment to inform everybody that if you would like to get involved with anti-stall racing yourself in the IMSA series or the touring car series, which is making its triumphant return, you can. Entries are now open at antistallracing.com. Presumably there's a link in the description of the stream somewhere. But yep, you can get on. We also have more IMSA, more touring cars, which are always
And
fun to
quickly
see
as well,
get
on
flung
top
around
of all
tracks.
that, reminder that you need to stay packed up to the cars in front of you and not drop too far back from them, otherwise we'll be giving out drive-throughs as we have been recently.
And you too can get handed drive-through penalties for not obeying start procedures properly.
So yeah, touring cars, it is back. It used to be a really popular series, but we stopped because of a bit problems with short staff. But I think we can do two series next season. Touring cars does have some changes from previously. We still have the reverse grid. We also are going to have the sprint races. I mean, so the first race is going to be 15 minutes, no 20 minutes, and then second race is going to be 15 minutes with reverse grid from the race results of the winners. I mean, the top 10 from the previous race. We will have GTPs and not GTPs, I mean AM and Pro classes, just like we have in IMSA. I don't know why I said GTPs in touring cars.
GTPs and touring cars sounds like an amazing series, to be fair.
No, that's not what I meant. It just means that we have AM and Pro, so anyone can have their own fights. It's always fun.
Matteo, come on.
And IMSA, it's exactly the same. I think this season has been working really well. We're gonna have some schedule, also based on the special events that we're gonna have. It's basically what you like and love about this series is coming back next season. Touring cars is just, we had a lot of people also wanting to come back for touring cars, so we have that at the same time as well. It's on Tuesdays for touring cars, and IMSA is gonna be Thursday, same hours. Are you excited for touring cars?
I don't watch too many touring cars races, but every time I do, it's always an absolute slugfest of just seeing, because the racing ends up tightly packed consistently, so it's just a constant battle for position, which is always fun to watch. I mean, especially with the shorter races as well, it just guarantees you're always going to be seeing some level of action, so it'll be good to spectate, presumably. Unfortunately, I can't drive road for insert swear word of your choice here. So I'll leave it to professionals like Danny Hugendorn, who is your pole position sitter for the evening. Matthias Wichton will be alongside him in P2. Lorenzo Foley and Tom Dadswell will line up in row 2, ahead of Alvaro Gutierrez and Sebastian van der Hoover, who will not be there. He will be in the pit lane after a blocking infringement during qualifying. Leon Alwout will be in 7th, ahead of Juanto Ovale.
Juanto Ovale.
Ovale, my apologies.
It's close enough.
Aaron Avina will be in P9 alongside Brian Loynes. Then we have Christian Glamsetta, Robin Dumal, Ruben Stegman, Ricardo Tallinn, Hakon Grebstad, and Albert Priam in 16th position. Slide up to Daniel Ronek and Joao Diaz, Neil Zolman, and Carlos Ponce will be your last GTP. For the GT3s, Carlos Bose will have lead of their fields. He'll be alongside Giacomo Murgia. Ferran Bailon and Samira Shad will be row 2 for the GT3s. They will lead Roberto Kovac, Wout Goossens, Marcelo Reales, Tim de Hont, Daniel Magoni, Bart Cholart, Emery Keldar, and Garrett Spence. And riding in the back of the fields, Stefan Albanese, Matteo Lemaray, Amy Grime, Anthony Quintara, and Robert Philippis will have shotgun on the entire field. The cars are rolling. We're about to take the green flag. 1 hour of endurance racing coming your way.
Let's see if Matthias can get it right on this first lap over Danny Hugendorn. Dutchman in the front row as they are about to start it on there we go, that is the start line, and there goes. That was quick. That was a really good distance there that happening. Hugendorn got it by himself from Matthias Wichton. You see Lorenzo Zafoy already trying to get it side by side on turn 1 over Matthias. Matthias has to defend from him. He's also in danger from Tom Daswell right behind him. Look at how close these two are.
Ooh, too close.
Very
too close.
Are you in for it?
3 wide.
Surprised I didn't spin.
I have no idea how he got onto that car, but that was a very shallow dive angle. That's going to really compromise your exit. He's going to fall back off of Christian for a fair distance as the GT3s now funnel through turn 1. See if they get a bit antsy into turn 3 as well. Looks like they're mostly single file unless We see a move from Jimmy. Oh, he's going to send it down the inside. Again, shallow entry, but has Slee in front, so he's able to make that one stick, and it looks like he has pulled in front.
Not. It is over, yeah, for now. I think it's already big distance for cars supposed to try and get in from the inside on this corner. Yeah, it's gonna wait it about for later. So, going back to the leaders here of the GTP class, it's fascinating how didn't happen anything. They didn't spin each other out on. Oh, that was a close one by Danny Hogendorn. He lost it. You're gonna lose it right on the straight now. As Matthijs will get the top speed here, then he will have to defend it on the inside here for the next corner, but Matthijs is already ahead of him.
Too fast, and now it's going to be a really hard fight from Danny Hogendorn, because now he's going to have to chase down one of the fastest drivers we've seen in this field, which has led so many laps at this point. It's hard to count. It's going to be... You at least have the ability to take the draft through some of these corners, but if you can't match him through those corners, you're really going to start suffering. As we have an incident involving a fair few cars on various laps. We'll get back to those.
That was all behind of the field too.
Yeah. And you can see already Wishen's pulling away. He's already put in 0.8 of a second, and he got the lead this lap. He is obscenely fast.
Already pushing themselves on the off tracks there. As you see, Tom Dazzle probably gonna send it right on this corner, or just prepare himself for the hairpin next. Let's go on board with him. It's already big too high of a distance to do it now, so he's gonna have to be patient for another lap.
But there's two good overtaking opportunities on this track. Obviously this one's here, but if you get a decent exit out of turn 3, you can get a decent launch into turn 4. You have enough time to build up the overspeed down this back straight, but you have to be right on them coming into it, and yeah, Danswell definitely too far back this time.
Oh, but Brooks seems to have changed his livery. He's driving the DLR car.
That's quite surprising, but either way, Danswell has a little bit of pressure behind from Lorenzo Zafoli. Penalty for the Garrett, who's unfortunately for him already in last place in the GT3 field.
Oh yeah.
That would be why.
I saw Niels Ullmann crash as well, but I didn't see what happened with him.
Chasing, I'm guessing he's just misjudges his braking point slightly. Oh no, he's going to go down the side of someone.
No, I think he will break his brakes. Yeah, that's what happens. You brake too hard. These two are still together. Half a tenth, half a second to each other. But yeah, Carlos will have to try and get that P1 again.
I think if you're staying this close over a long distance, it's going to be fine, because there's going to be a lot more to come in this race in terms of, one, you still have to deal with traffic at some point, which I believe the leaders have now started to catch the back marks in the GT3 field. And also there's 2 pit stops you have to make during this race, and that's an excellent opportunity to just gain a few, because if you're sat in this draft, you're burning less fuel. You can just lift a little bit, coast a little bit, and just try and build up enough of a buffer where you can take that short pit stop and just pull through there. There's plenty of opportunity for these drivers to make decent lap time. It looks like Wishton's fallen back in the clutches of the cars in front of him a little bit.
He did indeed, and I didn't see there wasn't any sign of an off track or anything. That's just happened.
But I think the traffic might have gone against him there a little bit.
Is it time for traffic? It is, yeah. Interesting. That was quick. But then again, this is a really short track compared to the other ones. We are already 5 minutes in, and already we are getting traffic. And already he's gonna try and push himself in to the inside of the other cars.
I mean, that's what you have to do, right? Because you know, if you're not going through these GT3s at pace, that just lets Huggendorn ride on your rear end and wait for you to make the mistake. If you can get a GT3 or two between you, that bit forces the buffer to come in and just lets you pull away, as you can see once again. I say once again, the gap has come straight down again. And now it's just a three-way fight for first.
Because Matthias has to be a bit patient on the cars ahead.
Oh, this is going to get scary. Because I think they'll keep it sensible going into turn 1.
Yeah, they have to wait,
Yeah, but now they are 4 cars in a row coming up to turn 3. The premier overtake opportunity on this track. With traffic, this could get dicey.
Yeah, you can see Matthias just going a bit on the inside to fend for himself from the cars behind. Tom Dadswell gets opportunity, goes up to P2. Can he finish it up till the next one? I think he can, because he will have to slipstream anyway, so it will help him. As we now see, the GTPs are climbing close to the leaders of the GT3. You see Carlos Bolza and Giacomo Mughi over there, right on your screen. That was close on him. Matthias almost hitting that Audi. But he is through now. These two GTPs have to be patient with the GT3 ahead of him. That gives a second of margin between Matthias and Top Dadswell.
It's one of those moments where you just because you catch the car at the wrong point, because Wisdom made the overtake before the corner and just forces that buffer to win, because you cannot really go side by side coming through turn 6 that we really want to carry speed through, so you just have to be patient, lose all that time, and just fall back in the order. Incident involving 40 Anthony Caranta, excuse me.
Ooh.
Gets tagged in the rear, clumsy move from the Porsche.
They're still stopped on track. They're not gonna
there's a car. Yeah. It's an active track. It's really hard to pull around at that point. You have to make sure you're clear because you don't know which side the GTP is going to come through when it actually gets to you. So you just have to wait.
Traffic is still not done, by the way. We're still seeing GTPs overtaking some GT3s. The ones on the back. The Marais, another penalty. It starts early for him. Even though I cannot see that incident when it happened. Was it even Lemeray that did it? It looked like more, if it was Anthony Quarento. Let's see, hold on. Let's see, was it with this one? No, I think Ruben did it on his own.
Yeah, that is a cell spin. That is wheels into the gravel a little bit too far off the curb, and
you know what? He was lucky.
There's no grip there.
He was lucky.
Yes.
Because if it was like some months before, the gravel would be same as ice, basically. He would just go straight to the wall. It actually helps him slow down this time.
We'll be able to keep going with just a bruised ego, as most of the traffic has been bypassed now for the GTP fields. They'll have to come through the second time in probably another 5 minutes, but see Ferran Bellon chasing down Samira Sharp for P3. Now with the traffic's come past, I've said this previous times as well, you don't want to be fighting as GT3s. Really not as GTPs either, but especially GT3s, you don't want to be fighting when the traffic comes through. But once they're through, that's when you need to start making a position. So we'll see if Ferran can get through here. He's going to have to be patient. It's just because he's not really got the speed here, but this GTP could compromise the exit the car in front slightly. Unfortunately, going to just have to play this one slow.
That is Stefan Albanese getting a penalty. That is the Porsche that we saw. Yeah, it was the Porsche that we saw hitting Anthony Quarenta. I still wonder what happened to what Matteo Lemray did to that GT2 already deserved a 10-second penalty. Oh well, it is what it is. Let's just keep going. We'll see if Verhaarden still the closest gap here. Half a second to the GT3 ahead of it.
And this is now he's in the prime seat. He's gaining slightly, and then he's gaining on the way into turn 1, so he'll be gaining into turn 3, and that is when it gets good.
So let's see what the advantage that Acura has over these fast corners now compared to the Porsche. The Porsche got a really good exit on the slow corner here before. First gear, that's surprising to go first gear on this one.
On Lionel out, who isn't an Acura, car in front, Albert Priam in a Porsche. It looks like, yeah, I just entered a little bit too early, just means he gets spat out at a weird angle. Or perhaps less of a comfortable one than he'd like.
Yeah, but he's
still
gaining.
able to keep the pace. Gaining now.
Oh, that was a mistake from him.
Oh, huge wobble there. Keeps control of the car, but he's going to fall back a bit here.
Luckily he didn't
Lynch
get.
gets back on the power.
Luckily he didn't get what's it called, the slowdown. Because usually if you go a bit too much outside there, you get the slowdown.
You see, Christian has a second gap. He's slowly is working his way towards the back of the GT3 field again. Brian Lines. Just a little bit of space of his own right now. About a second gap either side of him. Very well, still trying to chase down some mirror shot here for P3. This is one of these where like the speeds are like so close, it's actually really hard to make an overtake, because even if you're able to get close in certain corners, you need to have that little direction to get alongside and really force the door open to make the move. Right now it just doesn't seem like that's the case. So just for clarity's sake, the drivers marked on red on your screen right now are not off track, they are merely the GTP drivers. I was very confused for a moment myself.
Oh, that's true, I have it the same color. That's a bad insight of me. But yeah, it just shows where the GTP AMs are right now.
Yes. The leader of the GTP field is Robin Dumal, who is P8 overall. So, not a bad showing from them. Austin van der Hoover is P19 still after his pit lane start. I'm going to him because I still expect he has a lot of speed in the car. He's just in his own battle for now, and he just needs to make it to the back of the main pack to really have a chance at moving forward here, as Winston has caught up to a few GT3s, but is going to pass them no issue as one of them dumps 2 wheels off the track. He's passed the cars behind. A shadow. Oh, he's getting his rear eaten a little bit. Final has been chasing for a while now, and it's inches on inches he's gaining, but that gap is definitely somehow still closing. Speaking of gaps closing, this is a very close gap between Nils Ullmann and Joe Diaz, yes. Just going to go around the outside. Can't quite keep it there on exit though, and Ullmann will slide up back in front. He'll maintain P15 for now. Fremantle out in front. So I'll get through there.
So that means I'll pass Albert Priam.
Yep.
It looked like he was struggling. We can even see the overtake, shall we? Real quick. Let's see how he did.
Moves to the inside. Oh, it's the old block pass where the GT3 is in the way, so he's like, okay, I'm going to use the GT3 as a pick, take to the empty lane, slide the car through, and you're going to have to get the position. It doesn't really matter how good of an exit you get if you're the other car here, you're just going to have to fall back.
I'm surprised how the Porsche actually backed out. He could have done better. Braking later. And now we see that Ricardo in the BMW trying to pass Aaron Aviner in the Porsche.
Porsche goes defensive.
Can he go do a switchback? No, he doesn't have enough speed on the exit there. The Porsche just gets a lot further away. Meanwhile, with the traffic here, it's being a bit complicated then.
Yeah, he was in the fight for the lead for a while now, but now 2 seconds off the back of Dadswell. It just seems to be struggling, especially with cars in front of him, and it looks like he's going to be struggling for position shortly. I genuinely thought the Zafoni was going to go around the outside there for a moment. But he is just getting harassed right now. Hugendorn. Thankfully, GT3 traffic comes in clutch there. He won't get overtaken through the final corner, but still has to do with the fact that he's got a car right in his rear end. Lorenzo Zafoni really wants this position right now. It's going to be a chase and presumably a dive into turn 3 for one of these drivers. Does Hugendorn go defensive? No, they'll both stay in line actually.
No, but look at how close he is now.
Yeah, Zafoni just catch up mid-corner and there's nowhere he can go at that point. He's just stuck. Traffic means he won't get another chance here. You can close the gap so comfortably under braking, but because there's a car immediately in front of him, he can't get on the throttle the way he'd presumably like to, and Hugendorn's able to build up a little bit of a buffer again, and this is just going to be a really compromised exit for Zafoni, so I'll be surprised if he stays this close here. Still Bristol leads, but hasn't been able to pull away from Dadswell as much as he might like. Less than a second gap there. Hugendorn and Jamal fighting. Sorry, Hugendorn and Zafoni fighting for third as Jamal is currently fighting for 7th. Stalin also like the position. He's looking at Brian Lloyds for 10th. That's going to be off track for Ricardo Tallon.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of tracks, I believe it is a 17 incident limit before you get a drive-through penalty.
Yes, it is.
So just a little quick note on that. I believe one of the pile, Hakan Grebstad has the unfortunate distinction of leading the field in terms of incident points. He's currently sat on 11 and 19 minutes into this race, so probably needs to tighten up the driving a little bit, but unfortunately it has a little bit of a fight with Robin Dumal for position here. Dumal takes the inside through turn 3. It's going to be a drag race into 4.
Yep, not hit that leader, GTP leader.
3 wide on the exit of 4. Are we going to go side by side into turn 5 or 6 even? Because forget the 5 is just that little flick. We are going to try and go side by side, and they make contact. They're both in the gravel.
Yeah, they had a bit of the good old iRacing glue there. They got too close and even went a bit through inside each other.
I didn't know what the outcome of the collision was going to be, but going side by side through turn 6 just seems like such a low percentage chance of just making it out without contact that you really need to plaster the inside to go anywhere on that corner, or you're just going around the outside of a fairly flat, fairly medium speed corner. You're just going to give up so much time. I guess you don't want to be the person who backs out there, but that was never going to work for either driver. By the way, Tallon now leads a train of 4 cars. Jamal, Glamsetter and Grebstad. A little bit of tyre smoke from one of them. Jamal looks like he's got the inside of Tallon. Again, side by side into turn 4. Ooh, slightly a turn in from Tallon. Contact once again.
All 3 of them had a contact.
Somehow they all kept the cars pointing forwards though, and they'll drive off. Maybe bruised egos, but no worse for wear.
Let's try again on Robin to Hamel. He does make it this time, but they are so close together again.
They're going to lean on each other. I think the tempers are going to be a little bit hot here, and we're just going to see some absolute brawling.
There we go, Robin.
Slide up in front.
Robin definitely backed out.
Position.
Yeah. A little flash.
Oh, it's a big flash.
Definitely signs of a protest there on that move. But Hakon just was frustrated. He just wants to get through, and now he's going to catch Ricardo Paulin. He do it on this corner. Ricardo going to defend on the inside. I think he is, so he has to go on the outside. Hakon can definitely do it on the outside. Oh no, he did. It was too late, and now he lost it to Robin to Hamel again.
I don't think he's lost it. Oh, okay, no, he has lost it. I thought they were going to go side by side again there. But I will say Grebstad needs to be careful. 13 into the points. Oh, that is a missed braking point.
Yeah, and now I thought they were going inside, side by side with each other again on this corner where they were stuck together before. I think Hakon is going to try it doing on the next corner, but he is really close. He really wants to push a lot. 1.3 tenths of a second behind. He's not going to do it on this corner because it's too fast even to do it together. So he has to do it either on turn 1 or the hairpin on turn 2. I think it's called turn 2.
Turn 3 is the hairpin. The turn 2 is the slight jink to the left.
Yeah, of course. That's definitely a corner.
3.
Definitely.
And you do have to move the steering wheel slightly for it. So, here we go then, on board with Hakon Grebstad. He looks a bit too far back this time to make the move. He's going to get to the rear though. The brakes, good turn.
Oh no, he already slid there. That is it, that's not the opportunity, not this lap.
We'll have to be patient with it then. Caroline's getting through traffic there. He'll be chasing down Ever and Avina for that 7th position.
Look, Tom Deswell, first one to go to the pits already.
This is basically on the fuel window. It's about 23 to 25 minutes you can go in terms of time distance on a tank in these cars. So each time we'll get a little bit of breathing room to the cars behind.
Both of them go. I expected one of them to go out, but no, they both go in. So it's gonna be even tougher for each other because they're gonna be fighting each other. Let's see how does the faster pit stop. Maybe they already start changing tires. Let's see.
This is actually curious, but
yeah,
look at the jacks.
I will watch them now.
Sorry?
As you say, they definitely doing something with the car. It's on the jacks.
Yeah. Actually, is it called jacks? Because these cars, GT3 GTPs, they don't use jacks as like Formula 1 or the Formula cars. The cars themselves,
anyway.
The cars have their hydraulics in underneath them that when the driver presses the button, the car goes up. It's like,
That's an island.
Not sure if it's still called jacks, but we will see. Matthijs is in the pits, so it's P2 of Danny Hugendorn. Alvaro Gutierrez just keeps going.
Gutierrez must be really good on fuel. This is longer than I thought you could go, as I believe there's an incident on the final corner.
Was it? Car number 4. It was him! Rosso Valley on the pit entry.
Oh, don't rejoin the pit entry, please. There's not much room to maneuver there.
Yikes.
Very scary moment there. Maneuver, still P19 overall.
Did he do his pit stops? Let's see. Yes, he did. He already did his pit stop. It's 2 because he started from the pits, but because it says 2, it means he already did one. He's probably gonna pass some cars that are in the pits right now.
He's
GT3
chasing down PA2.
If he's in the pits.
I believe it's just the top 5 that need to pit, and here comes Magia and Boza. So presumably the rest of the GT3 field will follow that haven't pitted yet. This is Alvaro Gutierrez, the only car yet to make a pit stop. I believe he's in the pits now, actually, so... have a look at what's... that's going around, and that's right on pit exit as well. That's unfortunate for him. He goes through pit exit, fair enough.
Yeah,
Whoa,
and...
the car behind's around as well.
That's what I wanted to see as well. So he exited the pit, actually. Interesting enough. This is right at the exit of the pit. Did he actually accelerate too soon? Can we actually check the Volvo? He did! Oh, he did. He braked too hard on spot. That was just a weird return, but that's it for him.
Very spooky one.
Oh look, Hakon is actually ahead of Robin Duhamel and Chrissy Webster. It's already in danger from Christian, though he is going on the inside.
No, that glance at us, thank you. I'll have that position into T1. That's going to presumably open the window ever so slightly for the cars behind Jamal.
The 3 Porsches right together each other. Robin now going again for Hakon's position.
Crossover move, perhaps not enough on the throttle for Robin Duhamel. And car number 43, Matteo Lemeray, drive-through penalty for causing a collision. Fortunate race for him so far. Sugandor not out of the woods yet, as Lorenzo's Foley still chasing him down after that pit lane cycle.
You know what, ideally, in terms of strategy, I think you should go as far as you can on the first stint, so that you only need to change tires once, right? So...
And change on that stop, okay.
That's why
yes.
probably Alvaro Gutierrez did the best thing if he could have kept it one extra lap.
Very true, and then you have one lap extra fresher tyres than the rest of the field coming towards the end. Hugandorn and Foley get into each other, I believe. Hugandorn immediately on the radio saying, hey, race control, can you please look at that? I think I got pushed off. So we see a fight, and immediately Hugandorn and Zafoli incident in the investigation. GT3 fields having a little bit of a battle, but fortunately they're going to have to give it up a little bit because that is a very aggressive hypercar trying to get through. It has to be a little bit sad being GT3s in a good battle, knowing that eventually the GTP field is going to have to get in between you and it's going to break you up a little bit.
Yeah, but that's the... Oh, hold on.
That looked very close.
That looked really close. I went to check, but unfortunately for them, nothing happened. Where is him?
Gilbert does get through though.
It was Robin Duhamel on Stefano Albanese.
Yes. Gilbert's looking a bit further back this time by on Grebstad. He was looking a lot closer in previous laps, but I guess the traffic hasn't really helped him out there too much.
Let's see how the classes are right now. So
Brian Loynes will be your leader in the GTP AM field, which should obviously leading the pros. For the GT3s, Giacomo Mergia leads Cosmos by 1 second and change. Samir Ashad still leads the GT3 AMS ahead of Mark Gosens with a 2-second buffer. So there's some people keeping it close, but no real threat to any of the leaders thus far. Except maybe Carlos Boza is probably the one in position, at risk of losing his position the most. Still watching this dance between Glamseta, Grebstad and Priam.
I've been doing well.
Doing well, sorry. Whoa! This is the problem, I keep looking at the timing tower. When that timing tower is split up, I feel like a bit of an idiot. But there's too much traffic. There's a move here would be very low percentage. I think. I suspect GML is going to be sensible at this. He's going to wait for a more opportune moment. I just don't know if he's close enough on this run. It just feels like Grebston's always had the better speeds down this backstretch. The GML can't really get a good dive into forward working, so it's really hard to make a pass beyond that. So I've been keeping one eye on the incident tracker, and I would like to give my condolences to Daniel Maggioni, excuse me, who has the unfortunate distinction of being the first driver to hit 17 incident points. And we'll be given a drive through that car, very much in a cloud of smoke. Christian Glamseta falling back down to 11.
Perhaps.
I don't know. Down to 12th after Ullman gets past.
No, it was on his own, never mind. I thought he hit the GT3, but nope, it's just losing the rear of the car. The reason why it was sliding is because the tires were hot.
But like, that is probably one of the fastest sections to lose the car on. You have to build up speed for that front stretch again, so he's going to fall all the way back in the order. Now it's Ricardo Tallinn chasing his rear bumper. Glamseta has pace though, to be fair, so he can make some of this back. It's not a massive amount of damage, but these tyres need to get back under control for a moment at least. Still pressure being mounted by Tallinn. As the 104, Lorenzo Zaffoli, 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. Presumably that for the incident with Hugendorf we saw earlier.
Yeah. Look at this, there's still half a second between each other.
That gap has come down. Looked like it was going to be a little over a second earlier, but I think traffic might have helped out Carlos Boza.
Definitely traffic, yeah. It's look at how everyone's so far apart on the track map right now. It is insane. Everyone's like, it's a short track, sure, but because everyone is so far apart because of overtaking and makes all traffic like this, it makes some unfortunate events, so to say, for those cars that had a gap before. Like right now, Carlos was really close to Giacomo, which means that probably it will be even better on his last pit stop.
Has to clear lap traffic though. If you get the position before the pit cycle, that would probably feel really good, but you'll have to take it on trying to make the fuel mileage work if you can't get it done on track.
Get these two again. And now we have Albert Prim really close to them as well.
Oh.
This is mostly West Christian Glamseta actually. I used to be fine, Ricardo Tallinn got overtaken. But there was like a whole pack of Porsches behind all the Acuras.
Acura currently holds top 5 positions. Aaron Avena, excuse me, holds the best non-Acura position in the Porsche.
Going for it, he's going for it.
Down the inside.
Did he lock up? No, it was actually good. It was good. Look how
and
close he
slides
got.
in front. That's gonna really irritate no. It always feels bad to have a car pull up in front of you like that. Doesn't have sense here, but could look on the exits. Gets right on his rear bumper. A lot of speed here for Grebstad's. Nowhere to go with it. Trying to offset the line slightly, brake a little earlier, and just make sure you're not driving through the car in front of you. But you know, Grebstad's thinking to himself, man, I need to get this position back. I'm not happy about this. But obviously, all this battling has meant that Albert Primo's managed to close that gap as well. That now under half a second. And it is a proper dogfight here for 8th place. Yatsuma's also closed the gap up to Wishton again. That gap's been going up and down a fair bit throughout this race, but just hovering above the second mark right now, just where you're getting the whispers of a toe down the straights. Grebstad, he's close, he could potentially, not this time. See how close he is down this backstretch though, because this is another overtaking opportunity, but you have to watch out for the car behind if you're going to make a move. No, he's playing defensive. Grebstad's like, okay, this move might be able to stick, but I don't want to get passed by Priam as well if the move goes wrong, so chooses to play it slow. Looking for Byron, who's still chasing down Samira Shah for 3rd place. In GT3 fields, Magia and Bose are still fairly close. They have been close for a while, as have these two, to be fair, so.
Not easy to find spots to overtake. It's mostly on this corner, the tightest corner, because of the braking zone, but it's also really hard to then have a good exit, because you lock up, you're just going straight to the sausage curb.
And also, because it's such a tight corner, if you're on that inside line, you have to rotate the car so much to not force the car on the outside off the track that it's really hard to get a good exit, so it does let the car on the outside pull alongside, and then you're fighting into, well, just the entire way down the backstretch, which is a very scary situation to be in.
Of course, when you push the throttle as well, the car should start sliding on the rear, and that also makes you lose a little speed.
Bose and Magia, 2 and 1 respectively in GT3 field. Have been fairly close this entire run, but again, it's a question of when do you want to make the move? Do you even want to make the move? Is Bose happy to sit here, conserve on fuel, conserve on tyres, and perhaps look for a late move in the race? And if you are wanting to make the move, where do you want to make it? Because it's presumably going to have to be into turn 1, or turn 3, excuse me.
Massive gap.
Yeah, Grebstad's fallen off the back of Ruben Duhamel a fair amount, but Priam's hunting him, and Nulhaman is hunting them. So still not out of the woodshed just yet for Hakon Grebstad. He's going to be safe this time by, but he knows that there's a very menacing looking black and orange GTP behind him, quite like that position. It does look like it's not going to be a very good day for Grebstad. He has hit 17 incident points.
Grebstad already?
Yes.
That means he has to go to the pits twice. Soon. Let's see if he goes in now to do the drive-through and later. I'm not sure if it's accurate, but yeah, it just keeps going, so I'm not sure.
We are checking.
We are checking?
I was hoping No, we had it slightly wrong. It's not a 17 incident limit on penalties. Apparently, it's 18.
Oh, so it's fine.
Grimstad is fine only by 1 point. For those keeping track at home, Danny Almagione did then get more instant points. Currently sat on 21 and has, I believe, served a drive-through penalty.
Listen, 20 minutes or 19 minutes and not do a single incident. How hard can it be?
At the Red Bull Ring, when you're being absolutely hounded by a field of very hungry GTP drivers, I would say extremely.
Man, this gap between Matthias and Tom Detzer is really getting closer. Interesting to see how Tom is really catching Matthias on this race. He's pushing every lap.
Dadswell's entry into turn 3 looks significantly wider, and that presumably he's going to carry more speed through. Does fall off the back a little bit though, does Winston does get that better exit.
We are seeing both classes really close to each other, but still no overtakes being happening.
I do feel Boza isn't
he's going to
me. I lied.
We were just talking about
commentator's curse.
It is, but yeah, it's not possible. The car on the outside will get a much better exit. We just saw. He tried it at least. He has to try sometimes, you know.
I genuinely thought Carlos Boza was happy to stay in second place for a while and just again play that long game, play fuel, play tyres. Nope, he just goes in deep, tries to make the move happen. The fight for third place is still somewhat on between Samir, Sheldon, Ferrer and Bylon.
Oh,
they have fallen.
We have it here. It is.
No. It's close though.
Because of traffic, they were switching a bit positions, but let's see.
But Dadswell is very close this time by. He's going to look down the outside. You have to believe, because Winston's going to cover the inside, and he's not going to get alongside.
Too distant to each other. That's not happening, but we are seeing some of them are going to the pit stops. You see the GT3s going to pit stops. Carlos Boz actually was all times behind him and did not go to the pits later than Giacomo Murgia. That's interesting to see. I thought he was free saving, but I think he's just doing it so that he can try and get an advantage. In undercutting the driver.
Yes, I think this has to be an undercut attempt for Carlos Boza. He still saved fuel, so this is still going to be a short stop for him, right?
Yeah.
But I thought I would expect him to try and run the tank dry, unless he's taking tyres on this stop potentially, and he's just like, okay, I just need the grip now.
Probably too late to try and change that, because you're gonna put less fuel anyway. What happened to Cruz and Dempsey? Oh no,
like
not the same corner. It's the same corner.
Same corner, but he looks very close to the car in front of him there. I don't know if there wasn't a collision, but
no, there wasn't.
Just been
I think he was surprised because the car ahead of him went to the pits. And again, it's a really awkward pit entry. Very awkward. We'll probably see some GTPs going now, like Icon, perhaps? No, not yet. They are still coming outside. Hold on.
Yeah, I got a huge advantage of the traffic there.
But Sebastian really close to him. He's going to try it? No, he's just flashing his headlights. Probably a wording, you know, I'm coming. I'm going for first.
But Van der Hoover has come from a pit lane start to make his way up to 11th place overall. Like, he can absolutely drive. I believe he's third place now right now. But absolutely flying for what's to get from Van der Hoover. Unfortunately,
he is currently P3 on him. He is a wolf in sheep's clothing in terms of his positioning. He does not feel like an AM driver, but he has racing in that category, so that he was going to get positioned for thirds, despite the fact that he's bullying some of the pro GTP field right now. Notice how Lorenz has fully got 2 pit stops, so he already did his own pit stop. And he is what? Let's see the gap.
Does that count drive-throughs? That counter?
No, he
Those
already
from-
he didn't get a drive-through penalty.
Zafali got a drive-through penalty.
Already? Oh, so he did. So he needs to pit again then.
Oh no, did he get a drive-through? Oh no, that was a
No.
that was a 5-second penalty. My apologies. He has taken the second stop.
That's what I expected, yeah. Oh, look at that! Look at that! That was close to them. Yeah, of course, the Porsche flashing his headlights of protest. But yeah, he was getting really close to Matthias there. And we are seeing no one is pitting actually. But again, Tom Dazzle has the worst timings on traffic. Meanwhile, Matthias gets slaved through every opportunity he gets.
He might have got. I don't think that was that much of a block. Dadswell's still got the run here. He's still gaining on Wishton.
Is it finally gonna happen between these two? Ferrari has been behind his Ferrari for the whole race. He's looking at the inside, he's backing out. He's actually trying it. But he's not gonna get enough speed on the exit, as we see.
It was a very dive bomb for the Mylon, but by God, he makes it stick.
Touching each
A
other.
little bit of paint training.
Actually, this might be it for Ferran. They are braking and Ferran gets through.
Watch for the switch back, but I don't think it's on. Ferran Byron slides his way up in front of the car who's chasing for so long. Samira Shad, P2 on track right now. They do still have to make one more pit stop, the pair of them. So I believe they will cycle into third and fourth respectively, but finally happened with less than a quarter of the race to go.
Yes, Carlos Buzz is only 6 seconds behind these two cars. And he pitted earlier. Shows how much pace he has between the rest. The top two of the GTVs have an immense pace compared to the others. The Mirsha did go to the pits now. Probably gonna try another cut. Meanwhile, the leaders here on GTP. Now the gap has increased.
Not significantly though, and that draft is gonna get Tom Dadswell straight back to the rear bumper from Matthias Wisden. Not going to be close enough for a move, and presumably they're happy to stay like this for now. They will need to think about coming in soon, as I believe they're towards the end of their tanks. They've done 19 and 18 laps respectively on their first stint. They're on 17 and 18 this stint, so...
Yes, they gotta go into the pits. It is. I saw a bit of smoke, but I think everything's fine.
Foley, the only real lead driver to have pitted recently. It's just waiting to see who this lead pack of GTPs blinks. Obviously, we should have Dadswell in a dogfight, but Hugandorn and Gutierrez not too far adrift as Dadswell goes in first. And now this has to be hammer time for Matthias Wisden, because he does not want to be rejoining into a fight with Dadswell. It's going to be fairly short stop for Dadswell. He only needs 10 minutes more fuel.
Yeah, they're not gonna change tires now. It's
No.
it's not time for that. Jacob is still on track. He hasn't pitted. That's why I'm thinking it's really weird how Carlos went to the pit so early, even though he was behind Giacomo all this time.
I guess, like, he doesn't think he can do it on track, at least not easily, so he can at least offset the strategy. He has a chance of making the pass elsewhere. See if it works out, but Regia on track and still leading. He did 17 laps on his first stint, currently on 15, so he'll need to come in about 2 more laps, I think. Assuming he goes even stints and then just the extra at the ends. Black flag for Ricardo Tallin, 18 incident points. That is a drive-through penalty. As Wishton finally pits from the lead. Hugendorf also in. Gutierrez stays out. He will be credited as leader, but he does still need to make his pit stop.
Yeah, he had a lap advantage previous lap or two, so you can still do about 2 laps or 3 laps on this. Look, Lorenzo Zaffoli. Of course he's P2, but he needs to pit again for the penalty. I mean, he already did a penalty,
No,
so this is
no,
for the refueling.
I think he's that position to me looks legitimate.
No, it's no way. No way.
I don't.
Oh, wow!
Wait.
Matthias got the penalty. He got the penalty for speeding. That's what happened.
No.
It did, yeah. And where's Tom Dansville? And Tom Dansville is all the way behind too. That is.
I'm confused.
I am too.
Something.
But look, Danny Hugendorn, he's ahead. Lorenzo Zaffoli is ahead if you say he didn't get a penalty. Aaron Aviner is also ahead and he pitted twice. Do we have some information by the month?
Did they both get speeding penalties? That's the only thing I can think of. Because I can imagine they were both desperately pushing as much as they could on pit entry.
I can check the times. So Matthias went to the pits 49 seconds. Then he were done 41 seconds overall. Oh no. No way. There's something that happened to Danny Hugendorn. He got a drive-through penalty. That's probably what happened. Let's see. So, he went through the pits. Did he stop? Oh, he did stop. This is so confusing now then. I thought one of them didn't do a drive-through because he says he went to the pits twice. Okay, if we now compare Alvaro Gutierrez, who is currently leading, and he goes to the pit right now, right?
He should.
And he's 19 seconds ahead of Lorenzo Zaffoli. Can he actually be in first place? Because he still has a gap to Aaron Avina, so he is going to get a podium. That means if does something happen to Matthias and Tom Dansville, that's why they were so far behind. I am going to ask.
Yes. They are good on incident points. As Gutierrez looks like he's going to filter out into P3 overall.
You saw how fast that pit stop was. That was quick. That's just a little bit of fuel and then he went off. P3.
I have it scored as 28 seconds. So yeah.
See what I mean? Something happened to... Oh, and let's not even forget the GT3. Carlos was his head. 2 seconds. 1.8 seconds. So he got the lead by undercutting. Can he actually make it to the end though?
1.8 second gap for now. So there's definitely a good chance he can get that through. He just needs to hold on for 7 more minutes. His dad's well in an absolute scrap of a fight. I believe that's Priam?
No, that's Sebastian.
Sebastian Vanderhoover. We'll learn cars at some point, but they're going to definitely be fighting it. Theoretically...
It's by livery, you can pretty much tell.
Sebastian doesn't need to fight this, right? Like, he's versus Pro here, but Sebastian really enjoys going for these extra positions. Currently P3 Am Steel, Brian Lloyd and Robin Duhamel in front of him for position in the Am category. As Dadswell chasing down Wishton, who is 6 seconds up the road at least, because Duhamel's between them now. Diaz and Talon battling for P14.
Yeah. It's one of the closest gaps we have, but also now Tom Dansville just lost a lot of time because of that GT3. I'm just surprised how what happened to Matthias. He was clearly leading the whole race. I mean, clearly no, he was fighting Tom Deswell, but even Tom Deswell got something to be stuck behind. Okay, I can actually check Matthias. So, 25 seconds in the pits. We can just see real quick. Let's see real quick what is happening.
That doesn't sound long enough for a penalty.
No. Probably, yeah. So he stops here. We see ahead of him, that's Danny Hugendorn. They changed tires though. I did notice that, yeah, they are changing tires, but even that, Danny Hugendorn, if he switch only 2 tires, he can just exit pretty much sooner. But Matthias did change 4 tires, then he loses a lot more time. Let's see. Okay, great.
He's on ground.
He's on ground, yeah. But he's off. That means he's off. Actually, no, this is the wrong pit stop. That's the first one.
Because that looks like a good pit stop to me.
It was, yeah. So that's the first one. He changed tires, and you see how much time he loses. This is the second one, and he stays here for 49 seconds. There's Danny again. He doesn't change tires this time, and he can
49 seconds on that pit stop.
So
that does sound like.
That's it.
That sounds more likely to be a penalty to me. I
because
think
it's
that
Danny.
was speeding on pit road.
Danny entered later, and he's already out. So that is definitely a pit stop penalty for him. But to also have it. I just saw something. You see, Giacomo is on P14. Okay. Oh, that was weird. Why did Giacomo try to go on the inside? Why didn't he just leave the GDP go by? But that's not even. Oh, okay. So that's what happened. So that's why he's P14. He just quit. I mean, that wasn't really the GDP's fault. I think.
I don't know what to feel about that one. Like, he's there, but like, why is he there?
Yeah.
Oh, Tom Daswell hasn't been able to shake off Sebastian van der Hoover.
Tom Daswell had the same penalty. That's why he also spent in the pits 54 seconds. So this is just confirmation. They both leaders got a pit stop penalty, and that puts Lorenzo in P1 currently, even ahead of Danny Hugendorf. That is fascinating fascinating way to win a race.
Well, he only has time for 1 more minute. Lorenzo Sfoli has been gifted a golden goose. He just needs to hold on to it now. Boza's got a big lead here.
He does. Farambalo, P2 overall. He is ahead of Samir Rashad now by a lot more. So it really shows how much he was slowing him down. Brian Lowndes in the pits now. This is a drive-through penalty. As we see, he's on the fast lane too.
Yep, Lowndes 18 instant points. That is definitely a drive-through, and through you drive.
So, as a recovery drive, Matthias only managing P4, Tom Daswell P8.
He doesn't have the time. The checkered flag is going to be coming out now. And Lorenzo Sfoli probably wasn't coming into this expecting to win, but sometimes circumstances just end up in your favour. He will approach the checkered flag here. And Lorenzo Sfoli will be your overall race winner.
His first win on the Anti-Star Racing IMSA series. So congrats to him. He did everything he could. Just do your part of the race. Just focus on your own stuff. And that itself made him a victorious here.
And I believe, just based on the way the traffic lines up, it is going to be confirmed as well. Carlos Boza was in front of Sfoli coming through the line, so he will be on an extra lap ahead of Mylon, who's just shaken the check-in as well. So this is just a victory lap for Carlos Bowser. Nobody can contest him. He will win the GT3 fields.
Did your engine blow?
As the remaining drivers filter through Avina, Duhamel, Van der Hoover. That's where we'll end up in P8. Wild race.
Definitely. Definitely a wild one. So much unbelievable stuff. We don't really see this kind of errors that often.
No.
But that is everyone is finished? No, we still have some cars. Actually no, the cars that are on track have already stayed on the pit, so that is everyone done. Just waiting for the results. There we go. Here are the results. Let's go for the GTP race.
And Lorenzo Foley, as we said, your overall race winner for the evening. Danny Hugendorn comes home in P2. Gutierrez will round out the podium. Matthias Wishton, after leading for most of the race, that unfortunate, presumably speeding penalty. Still need to get actual confirmation on that, but ends up in P4 ahead of Aaron Avina. Tom Datswell slides down to 6th ahead of Albert Priam, Quanto Ovale and Christian Glamsetta. Hakon Grebstad comes home in 10th place. And this is just GTP Pro. I was expecting more for some reason. Stegeman will come home in 11th in that category. Robin Duhamel will be your leader in the GTP AMS ahead of Sebastian van der Hoover after that pit lane starts. Good recovery drive there. Niels Ulherman will share the podium with them. Brian Lawrence will come home in P4 ahead of Joao Diaz, Ricardo Tallinn, Daniel Runick, Carlos Ponce and Lionel Wout. Over in the GT3 field, it is Carlos Bowser who comes ahead, lapping the entire field at the end. Ferran Bailon and Roberto Kovac alongside him on the podium. Ahead of Emery Keldar, Daniel Maggioni, Marcelo Reales, and Giacomo Murgia. And over in the AMS for GT3, Samira Shad leads Wout Goossens and Bart Scholart. Tim Hunt will come home in 4th, ahead of Garrett Spence, Amy Grime, Anthony Quantara, Roberto Felipis, Matteo Lemore, and Stefan Albanese.
And we have here our race winner for the GTP AM drivers, Robin Duhamel, for first win.
Robin, how are you doing, buddy?
I mean, all these P2s for a win just now, it's incredible. all my races were P2, except for Mugello, where I was spun around lap 1. But a win is, I don't know, but that win was helped by Loines that pitted in last lap, but I enjoy it as a win from myself. It's incredible.
So talk to me about the track conditions out there today, because it seems like there's a lot of off tracks going on. So I just wanted to get your take on like how easy, hard it was to get a good fight going while still keeping it on the track.
Those 2 final laps were a bit challenging, even in solo, in qualifying. Off track are easy because it's far away from the track, but we understeer a lot, so it's quite a challenge to not get off track. And in a battle, when we are 2 wides, it's really hard to not get off track. In the rest of the lap, I think it's okay, but because there's not much space behind the track, but the final laps are quite a challenge. But we are not often in wide there, so it goes well.
Well, I mean, I just say, how do you feel about your first win? But I feel like you've already answered that eloquently. Do you think you can challenge for P1 overall going forwards, though?
In the championship?
In the championship, yeah.
I think it's quite difficult because Eivel has a really strong pace. He showed that race because he started from the pits and he finished just 2/10 behind me. So I think it will be difficult if he doesn't have any problem, which I don't want to happen. I think P2 is my place for this championship, and I think he will win. But we never know. Always, all things were possibly could happen.
Well, it might be P2 in the championship overall, but for Robin Duhamel, it is P1 in GTPM. Congratulations once again.
Thanks a lot.
And we have Lorenzo Zaffoni here, a winner, first time winner here on the Anti-Stall series. Congratulations, man. How are you feeling?
I'm great, man, but the 5 second of penalty is I know I don't know, but I see their play, but I don't see the penalty.
It might be happening, yeah. If that's the case, then it would be P2 for behind Danny Hugendorn, but still, you had it didn't look like an easy race for you since you were constantly betting a lot of guys around you, and what did seem to be most important is to just keep your head down and finish it as consistently as possible, because it was certainly not an easy track to go through the traffic, was it?
Yes, there are a lot of cars in this track, and for overtaking is very difficult. In the final lap, I try to push, but I know. Sorry, but I don't speak English very well. Yes, but it's a great race. I thanks my team, and I hope to a great race for the next week.
And to finalize, you want to say then some words in Italian so that it's easier for a lot of our Italian viewers to know about it?
Sorry?
Some words in Italian then, if you're more comfortable to talking.
In English?
No, you can say in Italian.
Sì, la gara è stata molto difficile, soprattutto per i doppiati, perché la pista comunque è stretta, c'è poco spazio, infatti in alcune occasioni mi sono anche preso con altre auto, però purtroppo è fatica capire l'intenzione del pilota davanti, soprattutto se cambia la traiettoria. E mi dispiace per i 5 secondi di penalità, sto cercando di capire il motivo dal replay, penso che la direzione gara abbia valutato giusta questa penalità, però in una pista dove è difficile superare, secondo me un po' di possibilità, un po' di rischio bisogna prenderselo. Grazie. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and good luck to your next one.
Oh, yes, thank you.
If you need the translation, I can do it in case.
No, it's fine. We still have some 2 interviews to go, so we could go for you for Samir since you were here first. So finally another GT 3 AM win, and that makes you even a podium
for the next season.
Oh, Smith, congratulations. P1 AM and P3 in the GT3 field overall. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Let's see, we have Carlos Boza with another win. Hello.
Hello.
So you were battling Giacomo Murghi for the whole time, like getting some small gas, but then you pitted earlier, which helped you undercut him. But actually, I was actually surprised since you were so much behind him. I thought you were fuel saving and you were going to go later than him. So what was that strategy that you did?
Well, to be honest, Giacomo and me, we had the same pace in the race. So, well, in the first lap, he overtook me. So I decided to save some fuel behind him. And yeah, we stopped in the same. Well, we beat in the same lap. And then I tried to, in the second stint, I tried to overtake him, but I couldn't because he was too fast on the straights. So I decided to pit early because I saw the traffic. So I prefer to pit early and make some different. Fortunately, I could achieve this win, and I'm so happy.
So with that, this next win, that probably puts you very comfortably in the lead of the GT3 fields. How confident are you that you're actually going to take this thing home?
Well, I feel very, very good, very confident. It was a very important result for the championship. Now I have a good, good points. So if I lose this championship, I think it. Well, I don't know how to say. I have a good advantage, so I only have to finish each race, and I think with this, that's all for the championship.
You gonna go, Simon? Yeah.
I was thinking if I had another question. I'm going to ask the generic question. How bad was traffic out there today, though? Because it does seem like we had like less major incidents than we've had on previous races.
Well, for me, this was it was very difficult because the GTP were together, so despite this track was too wide, they us, so I tried to avoid them because they were too fast and they were together, as I said. I could avoid some incidents, but I think Giacomo couldn't avoid it. So for me, it was very intensive race, but yeah, I could manage as I could. I'm very happy with the victory.
Carlos Boza, one lap ahead of the field, winner of the GT3 fields. Congratulations once again.
Thank you so much.
Right, so before we go, don't forget to visit dentistallracing.com to sign up already for the next season of IMSA, and of course